So the last one, yeah, try 10 minutes, focus on how to make a pivot table in Excel. So it's very powerful. For example, this data, this is the real data. Yeah, I try to get the real data. And we luckily have Walmart data. They provide this for the Kaggle, the data mining competition. So this is real sales data. So this is the date when they sell and the store number. So here, not all of them, just partial data. Store number, item. So they didn't give any idea which item because they like to protect their information, but they give you item number, units. So each day, how many these certain items be sold in which store. And also have this year information we can extract. I extract from the data. We just use a year function. Okay? Use a year function will give you the year of that specific date. So now with this information, you have no idea, see, just whole data, you need to visualize or summarize your data to know what's going on with each store or each item and during certain period. So we build a pivot table. I already said the layout. So first thing is you select the data. Select the first row and Control Shift if you use PC. That's over 50,000, the huge data amount. Okay. You select all of them. I strongly suggest to not select the whole column. You don't want these blank cells in your data. That's not belong to your data. You just select exactly how much. For PC, that's first row and use Control Shift down key. So once you select all the data, you go to Insert at the very left, Pivot Table. You just insert Pivot Table. You click Pivot Table. By default, it will generate a new pivot table in a new sheet. You just click OK. You select data first and insert pivot table under insert menu, very left pivot table. Now this is the blank pivot table, and then you need to add the layout. Okay. So I already gave out this instruction how you lay out your pivot table. So create a layout. Filter, it's like you filter the data, use item number and year. Okay. So the filter you use, you just click here. Filter, you use item number, you drag to filter, and also which year we like to see. So see, under the filter, you have which item, which year. And then we like to report the data, the date as row labels, and the sum of units as value. So row, we like the data shows each row is a specific date, and the value is the summary of units. So how many of them? So now you build a pivot table, shows from 2012 to 2014, all the items. So now pivot table, the power is you can use a filter. See, I only interested in item number 5. You can click item number 5. I've used it like the built-in filter. I only interested in the 2014 to see everyday sales of this specific item. So that's the power of pivot table. It's like a built-in filter to extract the exactly data you want. And then you can build a table, build a chart around this to visualize the data. So first, did you make the table like this? Pivot table. Oh, awesome. Okay, good. So now we see, once we have this one, we insert a line chart to show the historical sales. Okay. We like to visualize the data. We go to sheet. Yeah, it's always good habit. You change the name, rename it as pivot table. Pivot table. So you know when you click, that's where you have the pivot table of the Walmart data. So this time, if you put the cursor in whatever cell of this table, and then you say insert let me see, you can insert a chart, just a pivot chart. See, here I have the pivot chart. We like to have a line chart. So the line chart shows the 2014 from the January to, this is only have October data. So what the sales looks like. Did you get the chart? So if you click the pivot table, you go to insert, it's pump up a pivot table, you just insert a pivot table, and then you select pivot chart, you just select line table, okay? Any questions?
For yours, you put the only 2014. Should we put all for our chart? Or?
Yeah, it will keep changing. If, for example, if all year, you click all year, you have all the data. So that's the power of pivot table. To allow you have this very quickly, interactively to extract information from, say, 50,000 rows of data. Okay, now thing is, I don't know what's data about, right? So we like, take a little time. We like to have a title which also changeable with the way which data is in there, right? We use a concatenate. It's a function, okay? Just concatenate. So we go to pivot table. We just select a row equal to concatenate. This is the function. So this time we want the item space, which item. So item indicate on B1. We just use B1. So concatenate is a way to link all the text strings or values together as a phrase. And then the item, and which year, space, yeah, year data is under B2, okay? So item 5, year, that's all, yeah, we need more space here. So this is how we generate a phrase just based on the year 2013. So this D1 cell will change with whatever your selection is. Make sense to you? You use concatenate combined this term, item, which item, number 5, which year, 2013. So you have a string here. The next thing is this table. We collect the title, and then we go to the formula bar equal to D1. Okay. Oops. Equal to, just click this, not equal. I need to click because it will have the pivot table label here. Okay. So this time, if I change to item number 9, it will reflect on your title. We don't need this because it's only have one. It makes sense to you? Yeah, it's only because we always like, if you provide a chart, your title should reflect what's in this chart, always. So this time you linked to see if you change anything, it will be reflected on your title. We just, if you click here, you move your cursor to the formula bar equal, and then you click this cell. Okay, that's the way you link the title to a specific interchangeable value. Okay, writing time 9:49. So we're done, and then everything, we recorded, I will post it right after class. And then when you finish it, you just save the Excel file and then upload. And also, for some of you have trouble, the best thing is you go through the process, again, clear all your previous installation. Your first thing, you really need the Carpoly, like automatically have an app asking you to validate. You validate it first, and then download Jump. And when you download zip file, you unzip the file. You know where's location. Usually have one big file, another the text, small text file. That's your license. So when it asks you the license, you just link to the location where you already unzipped that location. That's the way you shouldn't have the problem. If during you still have problem, you can use the web-based, the Visual Computer Lab. It works well.
Can you hover over the concatenate again, please?
Concatenate.
Sorry. How do I?
Okay.